Hello, so wonderful to see you again. It's Judy from Coffee, Cookies, and Books, and what we've got for you today is the book of the month and the Aardvark selections for September. I'm going to go through them all with you, and hopefully there's something in there that you're going to enjoy. And with that in mind, I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through, as I said, the Book of the Month selections for September and the Aardvark selections for September. And if at any time you're interested in either of them, the links are below for them both, and I encourage you to join. I think it's a great way to get quality books to read, and their offerings are really great. The other thing is that you can skip them anytime that you want to. Previous to September, I had skipped Book of the Month twice. It's fine. You don't get charged. You get charged like the first month, and then for each month after that you skip, they don't charge you again, because that then goes to whatever month you actually purchase something. So that was the way it worked this month, because I did end up picking a few from this month. And same with Aardvark. Aardvark I have not skipped yet though, but I haven't been a member of Aardvark for quite as long. I think I've only been getting Aardvark books for about 5-6 months so far, but haven't skipped anything yet. So I've been pretty happy with the selections that they've had available. There's always been something that I've been interested in. Now, before we get started, I would very much like it if you could like and subscribe to the channel. I am super close to 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm just a little over 100 people away, and would really appreciate it if you could give my site and my channel some love. That would be great. Okay, so let's just get on with the show. So the first book that we have for Book of the Month is To the Moon and Back by Eliana Ramage, I think is how it's pronounced. And it says it's a young Cherokee. First of all, it is contemporary fiction debut novel. A young Cherokee woman sets her sights on the moon in this story of intergenerational bonds and unstoppable dreams. It says it's 400 plus pages, LGBTQ plus themes, family drama, and salacious. Those are the descriptors. Why they chose it. This is a decade-spanning coming-of-age story that takes its time developing well-realized characters who are ambitious, passionate, and complex. From binary stars to supermassive black holes, this book digs deep into big scientific ideas and is never afraid to get a little bit nerdy. The multifaceted exploration of heritage, family, and identity raises compelling questions that keep us thinking long after the final page. So that's that one. I did not choose that one. It didn't spark my interest. There you have that. Next one is a memoir, and it's called All the Way to the River by Elizabeth Gilbert. Elizabeth Gilbert bears her soul in this soulful and shattering memoir of grief, love, and addiction in all its forms. It says it's by a famous author. It's sad. It has LGBTQ plus themes. It has drug and alcohol use. So obviously that's a warning. Why they chose it. This is a messy, emotional, raw memoir that pulls no punches in its portrayal of grief and heartbreak, or in its transcendent moments of joy. We were struck by how bravely this book explores the complex experience of addiction. Gilbert writes about the journey of being and loving an addict with breathtaking clarity. The unique creative structure tells a story that reaches beyond personal memoir to encompass poetry, self-help, spirituality, and even hand-drawn art. So that's that one. I did not pick that one, but anybody who likes memoirs, I'm not typically a memoir person. I like nonfiction, but usually not that type of thing. So I didn't choose that one. But it certainly, I think, would appeal to people who like that sort of story. The next one is Rachel Harrison Plain Nice, which is a horror. I did put this in my box because I really wanted this one. And it says, the quick take is inheriting a house from your late mom is emotionally complicated, especially when the house comes with a bonus demon. So it is a haunted house story. It is also feminist, salacious, supernatural, and haunted house. Why we chose it? This clever modern spin on a classic haunted house tale kept us riveted from the first page to the last. It's darkly funny and undeniably horrifying. We love the dysfunctional family relationships at the heart of the story. This book never shies away from raw, complicated conflicts and emotions. The twisty, unreliable narration left us constantly questioning what was real and what we could trust. I thought this book sounded fantastic. I had it in my upcoming books for September and really wanted to get this one. So I'm super glad that Book of the Month had it and can't wait to read it. So the next one is fantasy. It is Alchemy of Secrets. And they're offering it as a limited edition, so it has sprayed edges, and it is an early release. It is by Stephanie Garber. I have also put this one in my box, so looking forward to getting it. It sounds, the difference between her previous ones and this one sounds more like urban fantasy because it takes place in LA, which I thought was interesting. And that's what it says in the quick take. In this glamorous, lore-filled tale, a grad student searches for a priceless object in LA's magical underbelly. I thought that sounded fantastic. It says it's action-packed puzzle. It includes a puzzle, non-linear timeline, and a quest. Why they chose it? This dazzling adventure felt like a grown-up version of our favorite childhood fantasies. It gave us the same sense that there might be real magic hiding in our everyday world. The world building is immersive and unique. Think urban myths, screenplays with secret messages, and deals with the devil. The elegant old Hollywood aesthetic of this magical LA underworld is enchanting. We wanted to step into its pages and never leave. So I love the sound of that. Can't wait to get that one. Okay. Next one is The Heartbreak Hotel, which is a romance, another early release by Ellen O'Clover. And it says, unpack your emotional baggage and settle into this poignant, uplifting romance set in the peaceful Colorado mountains. It's emotional, rural, slow build, and salacious. Why we chose it. This is a tender emotional romance that had us in our feels from giggling and kicking our feet to shedding some well-earned tears. We love the hopeful, community-driven vibes of this story. It doesn't shy away from the complexity of grief or the courage it takes to start over after your life is shattered. Reading this book feels like checking into a cozy bed and breakfast and enjoying a much-needed getaway in the lush Colorado mountains. So I thought that sounded great. I don't think I included that one in my box. Let me just double check because I'm trying to remember what I put in the box. No, did not include that one in my box. And then the last one for Book of the Month is called Discontent by Beatriz Serrano. This is a collection and a debut. Daydreaming about burning your workplace to the ground, pick up the satirical, cathartic corporate novel instead. It's international drug and alcohol use, snarky, and under 200 pages. So that's a pretty short one. Biting narrative, why they chose it. Biting narrative voice feels sharply representative of the present moment. It's internet literate and not afraid to be provocative. This book is so perfectly captures the ethos of a burned out corporate worker, office worker, that is almost uncomfortable to read. It's an incisive novel in translation that's both globally resonant and sharply specific. So it is a translation. I think the author's Spanish. Could be mistaken on that one, but I think that's the case. So that is all that we have for the book of the month. Now, I did order 2 others, but they were ones that were offered previously, and I just didn't pick them up because I didn't have room in my box, because you only get 4 in total. So this time I picked up The Possession of Alba Diaz by Isabel Canas, and I can't wait to read that one. And then the other one I picked up was Friends, My Friends by Frederick Backman. And I had wanted to pick that one up too. Just didn't get the opportunity until now. So I threw them into the box because I did want to get those. So those are our book of the month. So now we're going to move on to Aardvark. All right, so the first book that is offered by Aardvark is Lucky Day by Chuck Tingle. And this is one that I have included in my box. It is horror, sci-fi, LGBTQIA+. It says 240 pages, so pretty short book. And it is, they are offering as an exclusive special edition, includes green and pink foiled hardcover underneath the dust jacket. And Lucky Day is the newest novel of terror from Chuck Tingle, best-selling author of Bury Your Gaze, where one woman must go up against the most horrifying concept of all, nothing. 4 years ago, an unthinkable disaster occurred in what was later known as the low-probability event. 8 million people were killed in a single day, each of them dying in improbable, bizarre ways, strangled by balloon ropes, torn apart by exploding manhole covers, attacked by a chimpanzee wielding a typewriter. A day of freak accidents that proved anything is possible. No matter the odds, luck is real now, and it's not always good. Vera, a former statistics and probability professor, lost everything that day, and she still struggles to make sense of the unbelievable catastrophe. To her, the LPE proved that the god of order is dead and nothing matters anymore. So, I love the sound of it. I liked the whole sci-fi element behind it, so that's why I included it in the book. And yeah, looking forward to that one. Next one, it's an early release, and it is called Coffin Moon by Keith Rosson. Now, I have also included this one in my box. I thought it sounded fascinating. I had not heard of it up to this point, so yeah. Really, really interested in this one. It is horror historical fiction, 320 pages. So, from the author of the exciting, suspenseful, horrifying Fever House, a Vietnam veteran and his adopted niece hunt and are hunted by the vampire that slaughtered their family. It's the winter of 1975, and Portland, Oregon is all sleet and neon. Dwayne Miner is back home after a tour in Vietnam, a bartender just trying to stay sober, save his marriage with his wife, Heidi, and connect with his 13-year-old niece, Julia, now that he's responsible for raising her. Things aren't easy, but Miner is scraping by. Then a vampire walks into his bar and ruins his life. So, I'm not going to say anything more than that. I thought that sounded awesome. And, it didn't come up because I do my release videos, and this never came up, but I'm like, I don't know where this came from, but this sounds really good. So I put that one in my box, and it's considered early release. So yeah, good one. All right, next one is The Wrong Daughter by Dandy Smith. So this is a thriller, and it's 368 pages. So I thought that sounded really great. Synopsis: in a shockingly twisty, addictively dark, engrossingly intense psychological suspense, a woman's world is shattered when her sister returns 16 years later after she was abducted from the childhood bedroom. Do you have a sister, Miss Fairview? The little girl's question, in all its buttery innocence, slices through me, and the answer catches in my throat. It isn't as simple as a yes or no. It hasn't been in nearly 16 years. The evening Caitlin and Olivia's parents leave them to go to a dinner party, both girls are bubbling with excitement. At ages 10 and 13, they are at last old enough to stay home alone. After all, in their idyllic town, no one ever even bothers to lock their doors. As the summer light fades, after TV and popcorn, the sisters finally put themselves to bed. They're unaware of the figure watching them through an open window or the back door opening once they've fallen asleep. So, definitely an interesting thriller. It vaguely, I think of the reappearance of Rachel Price, like where the mother shows up like years after she's been gone all that time. So this kind of, gives me that sort of similar vibes to it, but it's sister. So, sounds good. I did not put this one in my box though, because I did pick something else instead. Okay. And next one is You Weren't Meant to Be Human by Andrew Joseph White. Early release horror LGBTQIA, 336 pages. Synopsis. Alien meets Midsummer in this chilling debut adult novel from award-winning author Andrew Joseph White about identity, survival, and transformation admits an alien invasion in rural western Virginia. Festering masses of worms and flies have taken root in dark corners across Appalachia. In exchange for unwavering loyalty and fresh corpses, these hives offer a few struggling humans salvation, a fresh start. It's an offer that none refuse. I just think this is creepy. I mean, clearly it's supposed to be creepy. I mean, it's a horror, so it's supposed to be creepy, but it just, like the whole idea of like the worms and flies, just like, yeah, I couldn't deal with that. So it was like, hell no for me on that one. But I know some people would really love that one. Next one, again, is another early release, and it is a debut novel, sci-fi LGBTQIA, 480 pages. So this is a little bit longer than some of the other ones. And it is another exclusive edition with an ombre hardcover under the dust jacket. Synopsis says, a corporate hacker and elusive billionaire, a society trying to survive the American nightmare. This is New York City 2075. Filipino-American Nick Carraway has just moved to the heart of the fractured New Americas, where he's struck by the city's contradictions. Shining corporate towers, casting bleak shadows over the slums of a crumbling middle class. When Nick meets alluring new money Jay Gatsby, he falls for Gatsby's frank charm and confident aura. But in a city where the wealthy flaunt tech-enhanced bodies to cheat death, surfaces aren't all they seem, and as a corporate-sanctioned cyberspace hacker, Nick knows that no secret can stay buried forever. He's the reason they don't, and his last assignment, investigate Gatsby himself. So it sounds like a sci-fi version of The Great Gatsby, maybe? Maybe. Anyway, yeah, I thought this one sounded interesting. Like, this one is interesting enough that if it was still available, sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. If it was still available, maybe in a box that I didn't have that wasn't full, then I would potentially think about picking this one up. It sounds good. Okay, next one is A Land So Wide by Erin A. Craig. This is a fantasy and historical fiction with a gothic twist. 368 pages, so not super long. Like everyone else in the settlement of Mistaken, Greer Mackenzie is trapped. Founded by an ambitious lumber merchant, the village is blessed with rich natural resources that have made its people prosperous, but at a cost. The same woods that have lined the townfolk's pockets harbor dangerous beasts, wolves, bears, and the bright-eyes. Monsters beyond description who have rained utter destruction down on nearby settlements. But Mistaken's founders made a deal with the mysterious benevolence, the warding stones that surround the town, will keep the bright-eyes out and the town citizens in. Anyone who spends a night within Mistaken's borders belongs to it forever. So there's a lot more. It's actually quite a long synopsis, but I know quite a lot of people are looking for this one. And I believe this is an adult fantasy, not YA. Doesn't sound like it's YA, but anyways, there's that one. And then the last one that is being offered by Aardvark is Which You Would by Leah Amador. And I ordered this one. I ordered this one because it's a cozy romance fantasy. I just thought, I'm going to read the synopsis. I thought it was so cute when I read it. When a young witch gets a life-changing chance to compete in a magical reality show, sparks fly as she's partnered with a man she can't stand. In a Miami where enchantment is just another college major, the magic of television could change two lives. Penelope Delmar, a broke salesgirl, has been chosen to compete on Cast Judgment, a spellcasting reality show. The winner gets a big cash prize. And for extra hype, this season is the Celebrity Edition. Every contestant will be paired with a celebrity teammate. Unfortunately, her partner, Leandro Presto, is best known for his goofy viral spell videos, not his skills. Gil Contreras, alias Leandro Presto, has been crushing on his pen pal Penelope for months. Now they're working together to win a contest that could save his grandfather's charity. Except he has to stay in character the whole time, so his dream girl thinks he's a total loser. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, there's a little, I just, like, I can't, okay? I had to get this one. It's because I love cozy anyway, but this just sounded so freaking stinking cute. So I get it, yeah. So I grabbed that one. And it's like, because there was like so many of the other ones were all like dark and horror. And I mean, I do like that. Like that sci-fi one sounds super interesting. But I also like a bit of a change because like Lucky Day and Coffin Moon are both like pretty different, but they all have kind of like a suspenseful, thrillery sort of side to them. So that's why I thought I would get this one, which is a bit more romancy. Yeah. Anyways, so that's it for Aardvark and for Book of the Month. So I think they have some really great selections for the month of September. Would be a great time to join if you're looking to do so. I know that first month they usually have a pretty good deal. Like I said, the links to both of them are below in the description, so definitely check them out. And again, appreciate you coming by to see this video. And if you made it this far, leave me a pumpkin emoji. Is there a pumpkin emoji? I think there's a pumpkin emoji. Yeah, because, we're coming into October and soon it's going to be pumpkin month. And I can't wait to see what Book of the Month and Aardvark has for October. So that's it for me for now, and we will see you in the next video.